What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Back again for another one. So, as you can see, I have a couple of images that include the one and only Barack Hussein Obama. Well, of course, I'm a bus driver. Yes, I get to speak to everyday people all of the time. Unfortunately, in a liberal city, a lot of those conversations are very, very deep. And see, there are two things that we are told not to talk about in the workplace or within any organization, and that is religion and politics. With me, I talk about it, especially if you want to talk about it, because I'm not good with being told what to do. I'm no slave and I'm no one's peasant and do what someone tells me to do unless I commit a crime and I'm subjected to imprisonment, for example, right? 13th Amendment. Hmm. Now, I had a passenger riding along with me. She was an Obama freak. This was a much older woman. And she was just going on and on and on and on about Barack Hussein Obama. She didn't know his middle name, but she just called him Obama. I know to most people, he is the Black Jesus. Well, I asked her one very simple question. How are your benefits? Your health insurance? She tells me that she's having all sorts of problems with her insurance and they're not covering this, that, and the other. Hmm. So I took her back to a couple of years ago when a man by the name of Donald J. Trump was in office, and I asked her how was everything then. She said everything was fine. I said, well, did you think about who the president was at the time? She said, I didn't even think about that. I said, well, whether you know this or not, government covered insurance has always been around. It's actually been around since the 1800s, where it was federally funded. So it was always there. Affordable health care was always there. I said, but what you did not know was that Barack actually made things a lot worse for not only you as my black elder, but made it bad for everyday working class people. And she said, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Why you say that? Well, I gave her an assignment and I told her to just go to Google and type in Obamacare kid. Obamacare being one word and then kid. And she said, okay, I see this. She pointed at that image. I said, now, your average everyday black person would celebrate their child if they were sitting there with black Obama. And right there, no one ever asked themselves who that child was. That child, Marcellus, he was 8 years old at the time, and no one ever asked why he was there. Well, Marcellus was there as Barack signed, but that creep that's sitting right there, that's actually massaging his shoulders and talking to him in his ear, whispering all of those things, that is our current president, Joe Biden. And what was he saying to that little boy? I don't know. But I do know that I find it pretty strange that this little boy was 8 years old. And then when that man, Slow Joe, became president, he actually, during a press conference, actually stated out of his mouth that if an 8-year old wanted to change his sex, he should be able to do so. 8 years old. Well, that little boy right there, at 8 years old, according to that bill that Barack Hussein Obama actually signed, that's the little boy right there. That's the little boy right there. And this is the very reason why you see so-called black men becoming the poster children of the trans movement. Billboards across America for Dos Equis beer and all sorts of stuff are posting this type of stuff everywhere. But a lot of you so-called black people thought that he was your savior. That is the same man that had beef with Reverend Jeremiah Wright in Chicago. And when he came in, you didn't even bother to find out why there was any beef. But you see here, right there, what the Obamacare bill is all about. But if you just took a moment to actually read the bill, you would find out that in that bill that was already in place, it was working. He actually went in and amended it, making sure that taxpayers paid for this little boy to become this little girl. Dummies. Read. Stop listening to these people on television. They're paid for by Democrats. Just food for thought. I'm out.